So, hi, hi guys. Okay, I'm gonna start right away.
Hi,
Hi.
can you hear me properly?
Yes, I can.
Okay, cool. Uh, let's just give some time for people to join and then we can
Mm-hmm.
start.
Okay, Ayush.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you can announce the topic for everyone. People are joining. So,
Okay. Uh, Hi guys. So today we are here with Pallavi Banwal and she is a certified sex coach. She is the author of Sex is the memoir of women's sexuality, and she is uh, also um, sorry. Yeah, she is also the expert of Times of India, and we're really glad to have you here. Today we're gonna discuss and talk about dating and sex education. Okay, so should we start?
yes,
Okay,
sure.
so let's start with online dating. Let's start with online dating. So, how should a person go about it? Online dating.
Okay. I mean, see, Ayush, we are living in a world where everything is virtual, especially in the time of pandemic. Everything has gone virtual, and people are at home and trying to talk, and it has been ever since there were smartphones. So I come from a generation, I'm a millennial, and that time it
Yeah,
was like, it was mostly we did not have smartphones, and we would meet in physical spaces like workplace or college. But there was always a limitation to it. Like at a workplace or at a college level, you might be meeting maximum to maximum, you're only meeting 40, 50 people,
yeah,
and there was a like limitation in the sense that, okay, you never know who you're going to match up. There are people who are engaged in school, like engaged from school, like committed from school, or someone. So there was actually a very lack of match. Now with the online dating, you actually feel okay, there is always this pool of people waiting where you can just go to that space and you can just find out. So you always feel that, okay, there is something which is available, there is a supply, there's a supply
yeah,
of people. Now, the same supply has become a problem. It has become a problem because it has reduced our investment in a relationship. I mean, relationship even at the sense of dating. Say there is this virtual illusion that, okay, I have so much of choice. There is and this is a
yeah,
illusion. It's the illusion of choice that we actually think we have so many people. So you actually have a pool of people, but how to get the right person, or how to know if the person intention is right, what to do. Are you looking at a dating app for a hookup, one night stand, or you're looking at a dating app for a relationship, or you're looking at a dating for having just a buddy kind of person, who you can have some kind of intimacy, and there is sex, there might not be sex. People have different reasons to date online. So first, to know what is it you are seeking from online dating. Are you looking for a instant kind of something sexual encounter, and just like that you're looking for a relationship, you are looking for a friend. What is it that you're looking for? So that's important. And then depending on that, you need to take, like, there are certain things which is applicable anywhere. Safety is so important.
yeah,
Safety in the sense, it's not just for the girl but also for the boy. Safety in terms of reputation, safety in terms of confidentiality. We are moving at a jet speed. Today we are talking, tomorrow we are sharing our deepest secrets. We are
yeah,
actually talking about our heartbreaks, or we are talking about our childhood stories, or we are talking about something which is so deep, and we are more and more texting. Like, it's less on the phone and more on chatting. Like, surprisingly, it should be opposite, that you should actually talk about it, but we text, and we are texting at a jet speed. So you end up divulging a lot of information to the other person, not knowing that that same person could be just taking that information and molding it in a way where it can be used as a weapon to even trap you, or to kind of say something that you're looking for. Say if I'm there on online dating, I'm looking for validation, I'm looking that okay, there is someone who should really please me or praise me, I'm so unhappy in my life, and you're actually telling that. And if the other person has an intention of prey, like predator prey relationship, we call them as
Yeah,
internet
yeah,
predators, then that same person will be, I know men also who have been dumped by women also. So
yeah,
it's not about gender. So this is something which is important, is to boundaries are really important in online dating or any relationship. Boundary is that never share too much of information with someone you have just met.
yeah, makes sense. Okay, we'll get to the safety and that part later. The first point you brought up, very interesting. Like we don't invest enough time because we have a huge supply now. So, like, do you think because of that, like, culturally, we have just diverted towards hookups and just like one night stands because, like, we don't invest enough? What are your thoughts on that?
See, certainly, this has become also a cultural change where you actually see a lot of people doing it around you, and you kind
Yeah.
of, it's not just is a personal lead, there is also a kind of cultural influence that is taking place. So I'm not saying, see, if two adults are consensually doing something. So I recently did a poll on worst and best experiences of hookup, and kind of, I tell you, I actually got more worst experiences on hookup and less of a best experience. The worst experience was something where the person started talking about his ex after the hookup, or there
Oh
was a
shit,
there was a
that's bad. Yeah.
there was a comment on the appearance, look of the
Oh.
person, that a negative comment while having sex. Then in some cases the person was looking for a long term relationship, and it was just a one night stand. So they actually felt it. So that's why I said that before you get into anything, know what you are getting into, know it inside
Yeah.
and out. Also, most of us, even like everyone who is listening to us, they already have some dating experiences or relationship experiences behind them. Take lessons. Even if you are out of it, even if you had a single date, even if you went on a dating app, what is the lesson you are taking? It's very, very important to take your lessons, to learn from those incidents. We really don't need something, I would say, of course, there is always a need for sex education. But
Yeah.
at the same time, if you have been through certain experiences, if you understand from your last hookup or your last, like I got stories. So if this girl is saying that, okay, it broke my heart to know that the person was only interested in one night stand and not in relationship, will she be taking this as a lesson in her next relationship or next one night stand, where she knows if she's going into one night stand, then she's going into one night stand. She's not going with a secret hope of a relationship, because that didn't work. So
Yeah.
at least you are better sensitized.
Yeah. So basically, you need to make it clear that what you need um, beforehand, before getting into anything. Like if you need a one night stand, you need to make that clear. If you need a relationship or want a relationship, you need to make it clear. That's what you're trying to say, right?
I mean, see, definitely what is it? You can't get into a one night stand with the intent of a relationship, or you can't get into a
Yeah, yeah,
relationship with the intent of one night stand. That also happens. That, will a person say, I love you to someone just to sleep with them? Even that is not right. And even
yeah,
getting into a one night stand with the hope of a relationship that, okay, it may turn serious, that's also not right. So make sure
yeah,
that you know your goal. You know, what is your goal?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like with these dating apps, like we come to the safety part now. Like you hear a lot of stories, like I went to these dates and like it was horrific, and like I was treated really badly. or like they were catfished, or all these other stories you hear, a lot of stories. So what are like things to remember during that? Like how do you not get catfished or like che- treated badly, basically?
Sorry, I didn't get the question.
The question is basically like the safety part again. Like how do you maintain your safety like in a virtual environment and when you're about to meet them uh, for a first date? How do you maintain your safety and make sure like you are not being taken advantage of or anything?
See, first thing is like it might be very obvious, but again, still need emphasis is that meet them in a public place.
Hmm.
Okay. Also, let them know that someone else knows that you are meeting them. You
Yeah,
can
these
casually
basic
just.
things. Yeah, these basic things people tend to forget sometimes.
I
So
mean,
yeah,
it,
it's
it, it
very
doesn't
helpful.
happen. I did not do this. And I know so many women, so many men who have been through this, like, okay, I was exploited, sexual exploitation or something like blackmailing.
Hmm.
So, always let the person know that there is someone who is a close friend who knows that we are meeting so that, they are
Yeah.
also aware that it's not something which is just between me and you and I can just get away with it. See, it's not about doubting the other person, but just making sure that you are safe, and same
Yes.
goes for the other person also. So meet them in a public place. Never ever meet them in their home first time. Always make
Yeah.
sure that you know them well.
Hmm.
I have known cases where it's like the first date they have been to homes and they say it's okay, but it might not be for everyone. See, for some person it turned out well, doesn't mean it will turn out well for you. So I would say better safe than sorry. it's
Yeah.
it's it's always good. Just because your friend was talking about a hookup story where they said, okay, it's okay, for me, I just went into someone's home for the first time and we had a great great sex or great date, doesn't mean you also have to do so, because that person is different, the person you are meeting is different, so you don't know.
Yeah.
You can't
That makes
generalize that, okay, this may happen. So always make sure to meet the person in the public place. About boundaries also is, what is it that you are sharing? Are you sharing something which is very, see, I tell you, there are certain circles, which is, I call it a circle of privacy. Outermost circle
okay.
is something that you share with the whole world. That's your not social media profile. That's like, even like now people put private profile, but
Yeah. Yeah.
say something which the whole world knows. Maybe my LinkedIn profile. Okay, whatever there is on my LinkedIn profile is I work for this company, or this is my name, because LinkedIn profile. So anything that you share with the whole world comes with the outer circle. This
Yeah. Okay.
next circle is something which is something that you share with your close friends. The innermost circle is something that you shared with your friend, with your parents, or maybe your lover or something. So each level of circle, the information is different. The
Yeah.
outer circle रहेगा, उसके अंदर है वो, और लास्ट में, so you need to see that, the if you're breaching those circles,
Yeah.
privacy, breaching say my address is something that comes in the innermost circle, because this is where I
Yes.
live, it's my physical address. Now if I
Okay.
am sharing my physical address to an internet stranger, then I'm breaching that, that circle of privacy. So
Yeah.
layer the information. Not all information is supposed to go out to the world. You
Hmm.
need to recognize, you need to find that what is it that you need to share with a stranger, what is it that you can share with a friend, what is it that you can share with a parent. So you need to have those I would say, boundaries, or you need to have those that distinction, that okay, it's not all or nothing. It's not something I can just randomly go and talk about my heartbreak with anyone, even though I want to. I feel so lonely, there is no one around me, so let me go on a dating app, let me just find out someone and just, like, pour my heart out. But
Hmm.
we need to also understand there are the consequences of every act. There are consequences. So
Yeah.
the first boundary is that, the first thing is that you know your boundaries. Never share a lot of information with anyone you have just met, or he's a stranger, or, that's one thing.
Okay.
Safety wise, I would say, um, always understand where the person is coming from. See, internet is a market, okay? And we all are salesmen. Dating app is a market and we all are salesmen. We are just trying to sell something. Each person is trying to sell something. I'm glad before this session I actually went on a dating app just to see what is happening.
Okay.
So I downloaded Bumble and I'm glad I went there to know, because of course it's been a while. It's been like years. I would say two years that I've been on a dating app. So I thought, okay, let me just see. And people are putting pictures. There are mountains, like this is like you are doing a horse riding, or you are on a cruise, or you are trekking. I mean, you don't need to put those pictures. You don't need to see.
So
You need to
basically, you're
be.
selling your lifestyle. Is that what you're trying to say?
You are trying to sell a highlight. Okay.
Yeah, makes sense.
You're trying to put a highlight, but that is something, and a lot of people do this. They don't know. It doesn't necessarily make them bad, but this is for everyone. That you want to meet a real person. That's not how we are real. We are not living on mountains. So why put that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm living here. I may put a picture, but when I'm on a dating app, when I'm creating a profile, it basically is a means for other person to connect to me. It basically has a specific purpose. Dating app has a purpose. It's not Facebook. So then if I'm putting a picture of me riding a horse, it doesn't make a sense. Okay. You need to be, I mean, when there is so much of, I would say, authenticity is important. So try to be as real. Real doesn't mean that you have to go and you're lying, you're sitting in your pajamas and you have to put that picture. No, real means something who you are real. Like, maybe this is something, okay, I'm in my living room, I'm well dressed. This is for a talk, but that's my home. And so just don't put pictures of cruise, pictures of parties, and all of it to create that exaggerated version of yours. So that's something is important, to also do a background check on the person, even before you meet person, because see, as I said, everyone is selling something. So you can really never know the person. You only know them as much as they reveal to you. You have no way of knowing something which they don't reveal. Okay. So I'm not trying to really scare everyone off their dating app, but I'm just trying to say that what is it that you should look for? There are authentic people. And you might make out, see, their profile would give you some sense. We have created a profile and everyone goes on a profile, and that's our first way to really filter out people. So I will just do right, left basis, what I've read in that 10-second window or 1 minute window. I really don't do it. I don't think people spend 5 minutes or 10 minutes just reading. In a first look, okay, you're just reading like, okay, this is a picture, like, and something strikes, and either it's there or it's there. It gets swiped or it just gets rejected. In that short minute, what is it that you're should look forward to is how relatable that person is. You don't want to go for a Disneyland version of the person. Okay. You should look for someone who looks like, okay, real life person. That, okay, I mean, even for women, like putting a picture in, something which is like a lehenga, I don't know, I have seen, or putting pictures in business suits, and that's one thing, is that, how, and even if you're not able to make out, always when you meet the person, try to understand, in their conversations, is it something where the person is always boasting about it? Like, boasting as in, what, I've done this, or just person is trying to play a victim as in, I've been such a lonely person, I've been such a this person. We don't need to we are not there to parent the person. Okay. We are not there to rescue them. We are not saviors, and we don't need to be saviors at the stage of dating. So always be wary of these two extremes. A person who is just boasting, who is on a boasting spree, like, I'm this, and the person who is like, oh my god, this, I've never seen such a unfortunate poor guy, and poor, she, like, oh my god, this, like, oh my god. So these are two extremes. Now the balance is not something, I would say 50-50 is the balance, but it's more about, you see that, okay, there are some accomplishments, there are some challenges, and I come across, like, maybe if you and I talk, suppose if we talk in a general conversation, We will not be like pitching something. Okay, we are not there to pitch, we are there to make a connection. So
Yeah.
it's about the life. Okay, how was the day? So you like, if you ask me, okay, how was the day, so I'll say, you know what, I had this client who actually so I mean, not about the client, but say, okay, I had a day, I'm a single mother, so things happen, but this is how I manage, I do this. So that's like to portray a very larger than life picture, that all the goodies, or I
Yeah.
try to just be like so dejected, and you know what this is, then that's a red flag.
Uh, Okay, before we get into the topic of red flags, I'd like to think like the topic you brought up, like someone's riding a horse and like they're uploading the picture of that on their dating profile, which they don't need to. I agree with all your points. Like internet is a marketplace and everyone is selling their lifestyle or like how they. But I think like if I would have uploaded a picture, I think like I'm showcasing my interests. Like maybe I do like riding a horse and that's what someone can relate to with me. Like maybe you also like riding horses, I also like riding horses, and we can match on that. That's what I would think, but I do understand like the selling part of it.
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
can still ride a horse, but as I said that, it's a series of pictures. Suppose you are seeing three pictures, one on cruise, one on horse, and, maybe something which is like, oh my God, like, the person is looking at this. And I've seen actually those pictures where the person is looking somewhere else, like thinker. Okay, I'm a thinker.
Yeah,
You don't
I think
need,
the thinker picture. Yes.
you don't need to pretend. You need to be you, who you are. If you are a rider, okay, it's okay. If you are on a horse, like, if you actually, but if you rode a horse once a year or even once in 3 years and you're putting that out, that's something that also talks about my inner insecurity, that I need to be like this, I need to be like this. And I understand,
Mm.
see, as I said that I definitely had readied myself. I was not like this, maybe my hair was all over the place, but
Yeah.
I will not put a picture of something, as a, it's basically a careful curation of pictures. Like here
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
makes
I'm
sense.
there, here I'm there, I'm doing this, talk. I don't know,
Yeah,
some pictures I saw them delivering a talk. So it's okay, but just be cautious. As I said, even if you're going ahead, I'm not saying that you should
mm.
just reject them, but be aware if the person is
Because
always on boasting. I'm this. He
yeah,
might, or the person is always trying to play a victim. Just
yeah,
be
yeah,
aware
makes
of these
sense.
two extremes. The person has
Yeah,
to have a healthy combination where they talk about the imperfections. Like, we all have imperfections, we all have mood
yes,
swings, we all have this. So on a level where, if you're really getting to know someone on a closer level, like when you say dating being,
yeah,
suppose, a series of events, it's not just a one time thing. It's not a one time date, unless it's sour, like, turns sour. You are
yeah,
willing
yeah.
to take it ahead, and if you're willing to
Put
take it
in
ahead,
the
just
time. Yeah,
just
yeah, totally, totally. Makes sense. Okay, getting back to the topic of red flags. So, like, can you tell us about what are the red flags in online dating, like off the top of your head?
red flags, as I said, that, one, portrayal. um okay, I actually have three things. So one is that incorrect grammar. Red flag.
Yeah.
HWRU. No, it's a serious business, guys. Okay, and a lot of people don't know that. I tell you something. I was I and this is something I've taken from a TED talk on
Okay.
three kind of, online dating hacks, or three quick tips for TED talk. It's called I don't remember the name of talk, but she talked about three online, which is, and I really found it working. It has helped me immensely. Until unless I
Okay.
did not know. So those three dating hacks is basically, number one is incorrect grammar.
Okay.
Okay, incorrect grammar means, like, if someone is saying HWRU, no, just reject, just reject. It actually talks about the genuineness. I
Okay.
understand this generation is all about this, but see, if you are looking for something serious, you need to write proper English. You can't just write anything like spelling mistakes, spelling
I don't
errors.
know. That sounds a little harsh. My grammar is so weak. Oh my God. I should never get on dating apps.
So see, it's knowing that, HWAREYOU. HWRU is something that's a slang. That's basically, it's not about the ink. I'm not saying something that, one has to, but I'm saying that where you can make out that other person, like I tell you, I was just casual talking with this person who actually has studied from SP Jan. SP Jan is the one of the leading MBA colleges, and he has been graduate and he has an impeccable English, very good
Okay.
English. So, and he actually said this HWRU. So I said, it's a incorrect grammar. He said, so what? So what? I said that's a red flag. Where you're trying to
Uh,
defend, you're trying to
hmm.
defend it. You even, you're not like, okay, so what? So see, that's where we
Oh,
need to improve the game. Okay,
yeah, yeah.
we are here in this class to know that what is it that will work, what is it that
Hmm.
we should do. So
Yeah.
even if we are not doing it, we can start doing it. We should actually use proper grammar, proper
Yeah,
English, so that
someone in the comment, sorry to interrupt you, oh my God. Someone in the comment has written, yeah, it shows that if you're putting effort or not. And like, yeah, that makes
yes,
sense.
yes, yes. uh, that's one. Second is no sexual comments, no sexual comments. Okay, this is for women because it's basically for men also, that they should not reach out and start saying, hey sexy, or your lips look so pink, or you have such a wonderful picture, you look so good. I mean, to be you should be seen as a person, not as a sex object. The other person
Yeah,
should not objectify.
women,
See,
men, or anyone.
men
Like,
do. Men do. Hi, sexy. Okay, what does this mean? So any kind of like, I remember I got this person on LinkedIn and he said that, okay, Pallavi, I'm really amazed by your choice of career and this and then, and by the way, you look so gorgeous, and that's a red flag. You
wait,
cannot.
LinkedIn?
LinkedIn, yes.
Okay.
So that cannot be the first statement. The looks cannot be
Okay.
the first statement. Okay, it has to
Okay.
start from a person to person connection. You are talking to a person. You're not talking to a beautiful body. You're talking
Yeah,
to a mind. Okay, so
yeah.
you need to talk to a person. Okay, yeah, I would like to know more about you. You cannot just straight away, put something on their face that, okay, they are looking there. So no sexual, and trust me, this might look so obvious, like, yeah, which girl will honor, but they men do this.
Okay.
Okay, I got a I got this message from, I mean, my own life is such a lab. Like I keep doing these experiments, like, my own conversations that has happened in my life. So there's this boy who is doing his first year masters, and he reached out to me and said, Pallavi, I just appreciate your, this courage. And I'm a polyamorous person, and I would like to get into a polyamorous relationship with you. That's the first thing he wrote to me.
Oh my God.
And I was like, okay, how? And okay, it's okay. We don't have dating schools. We have never had conversations. We just rely on films and internet. And they have told us this, that we have films like Kabir Singh where he can barge in the class and he can allow all the ruckus, and
Mm.
he's still being seen as a hero. So we have a lot of films that idealize stalking. So no
Okay.
wonder this is happening. So, but again, no sexual comment everything. And see, you need to be also authentic. Just because you're seeing this show and okay, okay, acha baad mein karna hai, then also it's like you are not showing your genuineness. You need to really understand, you need to meet that person, connect that person, see value in that person. Okay, when you
Yeah.
are trying to reach out to, even if you are reaching out for a one night stand, you still need to meet them as a person. That's
Yeah.
number two.
I think I agree with your point. Like starting when you shouldn't, ideally. But like I think after you like have built a little bit of connection and like if you have consent from their part, I think then you can uh talk to them like in that way.
Yeah, so
I
it
think
is
that makes
also, it is, I'm talking about the filtering stage. Like how can you
yeah,
filter
yeah,
out people?
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense. Third would
The third, yeah, so the third would be more about, as I said, that, if it is about them talking, or them knowing, like them knowing you at a personal level. Say, if this person says that, what, you look so good and you look so good, have they done a research on you? Are they interested in knowing you? So if I reach out to you, I say, what, I think that's the way to say that, Ayush, I just went through your profile and I found that, okay, you are doing masters in, so what are you studying? Tell me, what are you studying?
Oh yeah, I'm bachelor's in business management.
Okay. So see, this is how. Okay, Ayush, you know what? I just liked your profile and you look so good and you have such a good picture. That's fun way to reach out.
Okay,
Or I would
yeah.
say, I went through your profile. Okay, what's your hobbies? What is your hobby?
My hobby is okay, football and okay, what else? Oh my god, boxing, MMA, like basically sports, a lot of sports.
So you have written all of it in your dating profile. Okay, you have written that you
Yes,
like football and you what else did you said after football?
boxing and MMA.
Okay, boxing and MMA, you have written this and you have written that you are doing a
Yeah.
BBA. So I'm reaching out to you and I say, okay, hi Ayush, I really liked your profile. I really liked your picture. You look so great on this bike and this and that. Okay. Or I reach out and I say, hi Ayush, I really liked your picture. I mean, I really liked your profile I came across and I see that you are studying BBA or you are doing BBA. That's great. To like that actually. And also I read that you are, you really like football and you have a keen interest in boxing. And I think, if you are I think there is nothing good than, having a passion of sports to keep, I mean, understand they have done some research on you. They're not just randomly hitting on you, knowing, have read nothing, are not interested in knowing anything about you, but just that, like, okay, let's just get someone to sleep. I mean, if the
Oh,
person is
like a
like,
sweet talker, like we call them a sweet talker, like
like, see, this is where I'm saying that you have to filter out leads, filter out
yeah,
people. If you are deciding to meet someone, how would you decide to meet someone is also knowing whether they take an interest in you or not, whether they have done a research on you. They know, okay, I mean, I've done a TED talk and I would love if a man comes to me and says that, Pallavi, I saw your TED talk and I really liked how you brought out these issues. uh, but no one has done that ever. I
can I
mean,
just plug that in, guys? She has done a TED talk, and it has the funniest title. It's called "Elephant in the Bedroom." I love the title. If you guys are free after this live, go watch it for sure.
okay,
Okay, I
thanks.
continue. Sorry,
So
I
that was
just
not the
needed to plug
intention.
that.
So I mean, like, it's very easy. Okay, I'm interested, but you should do a. If I go on a man's profile, I would say, okay, so this is a man who loves nature, or he takes
Yeah.
pictures, or that's my. So the first thing to know that how they will show by doing their homework on
Okay.
you. If they haven't done
Yeah.
anything, if they're just like, okay, it's all about me, or it's about you, but it's more about like how you look, or maybe
Yeah.
how it's just about meeting and just trying to,
Hmm.
but I'm the center. No, it is also about when you are reaching. If you have a choice, if you have 10 people, so you will pick that person who also cares about your life, like cares as in not
Yeah.
care, but who wants to know about you, who's
Yeah. Yeah.
interested, who
Makes
is
sense.
curious about you, not as a body, like, okay. So if you have to filter,
Yeah.
the pitch would be saying that, okay, Pallavi, you look so great, you have such a nice cheeks, and you look so, you have such a beautiful hair, versus Pallavi, I just kind of found your profile and I read that you have given a TED talk, and I actually watched that TED talk, and that point that you have made is so helpful. Like, you actually talked about how 6 out of 10 parents don't talk about sex education with their. He's like, he's really keen to know me as a person. That's what is the difference.
Yeah. Makes sense. Totally. Do you have any other points? We have some few questions from our audience, so we can ask.
Okay,
If you
we can take up the questions.
can. Okay. So someone has asked, how can I ask my boyfriend to go down on me whenever he asks? I say no, but I really want to say yes. Do you get the question?
Okay. So first thing you have to really answer is this: what is making me say no? I say no.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would like to know your reasons for saying no. Why you say no? Is it shame? Is it guilty pleasure that, I feel guilty about receiving something because I was never in a position to receive. I was always giving. Or is it a sexual shame?
Yeah.
It's dirty, it's dirty. Or three is that I don't know how to open up. I've just learned how to open up my legs, never to open up my mouth. You need to open your mouth also along with opening the legs.
Okay. 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 Hope that answers the question. Okay, we can go to the next question. How to quit masturbation?
How to?
Quit masturbation.
So you don't need to quit masturbation until it is like interfering with your life. Until you have a meeting to attend, or you have a class to attend, and you say, I can't attend this class because I want to masturbate. This is where it will be a challenge. If you are able to go to office, if you're able to attend college, you should be fine. So you don't need to.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Uh, okay. Again a question related to masturbation. Does masturbation lead to sexual problems?
No, no. It's the best way to build immunity in a pandemic, along with
Oh, for
vaccine
real?
masturbate.
Okay.
Yes.
Whoa, guys, you heard it here first. Do it. Uh, I love. Okay, and then the next question. I love intimacy, but I get little nervous and afraid about the thought of penis getting inside a vagina. He's a guy asking this question. He has mentioned it. I'm a male here. So what
See,
would you recommend?
you don't have to pressurize yourself for a first day performance. Okay, that okay,
Yeah.
I have to do this. Even if it doesn't happen, even if it takes 3 months, 4 months, it's okay. You need to slowly know the person, slowly first start to getting know the person. Don't get to know the person that okay, this will happen. This is something
Yeah.
that takes time, and you should be fine. Like, uh, don't go with the fear that, and it's easier said than done. I understand that you will be coming from, I understand you have your own situation, so I can't really credit for you that jane do. I completely validate your fears. I completely
Yeah.
validate your anxiety that, you
Yeah.
feel that in a world where men are expected to be the, uh, the
The
performance, like okay,
initiators. Yeah. Okay.
performers, initiators, right?
Yeah.
So you might feel okay being a man, but you are a human being, okay? And sex is about two people. It's not about one person doing it to the other. And sex is many things. Sex is sex is cuddles, caressing, touching the body, making out. All of this comes under sex. So
Yeah.
just try to get, I would say, sexual contact
Yeah.
from
Makes
sex.
sense.
Think about how I can initiate a sexual contact, which could be kissing, which could be cuddling, which could be caressing like this, or which could be holding even hands. So sexual contact, that's something, you should, you can focus on to begin with.
Yeah. Makes sense. Totally. Okay. The next question. Being a guy, why do I feel a sudden fall of emotions after sex? Like the emotions just drop. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
So sex, again, this could be, this might require a deeper in
Hmm.
terms of assessment as to why it happens. Actually, sex creates oxytocin, which is a love hormone. So eventually, on a subconscious level, also you get bonded with the person. You don't know,
Yeah.
but subconscious level. And someone asked me that why hookups make me feel empty? Too many brief attachments with too many people in a short period of time will leave you feeling empty. Okay, because whenever you have sex with someone at a certain subconscious level, you get an attachment. There is an attachment drive. The more sex you have with the same person, the more oxytocin you will create. And so I'm not saying, but it has to be not reckless. Okay, sex is a responsible act. It's certainly a responsible act. It is not about keeping a score. It is not about just fuck and forget. It is a responsible act. Even though the generation is like, and this is the, I would say, this is the biggest scam of 21st century, casual sex. In the sense, when we say casual sex means, okay, we just meet someone, we have sex and we forget. Casual sex is never so casual because there are so many hormones, dopamine, which is the reward hormone that gets generated, oxytocin, endorphins. There are many hormones that get generated. So to like really switch on and switch off, it's not that easy. Of course, you can do it in a certain situation, but you know, moving. I think jumping from one person to the other person, that may create a long-term problem, emotional problem.
It's not for everyone. Like, uh, so
I
it
would
can.
say, don't be, see, as I said that, you know, because we have a dating app, because we are on social media, we have a like a limitless pool of people. All of this is virtual. So you may feel like, okay, you know, you may just move on and you might just want to keep it like, okay, no strings attached. I would still say if you just don't be reckless. Reckless means that, you know, I remember a man and I'm like, okay, why I didn't just kind of, uh, you know, interrupted him when he said that, okay, I have slept with 65 women. Okay, 65 women. And he actually said the youngest was half my age. So that kind of keeping a score, like you actually keep a score, that's a challenge. That's not something to boast about. Keeping a score of partners you have slept with. Like say, okay, I have slept with how many people? I have slept with 25 people. No, don't do your body this utter disservice.
Yeah.
Your body, I'm not saying your body is a temple and all that, but your body, see, it's a very, you know, when you come together to have sex with someone, you are exchanging fluids, you are exchanging saliva, you are exchanging genital fluids, and every person's energy center is different. We don't understand, but we end up taking their energies inside us through sexual interaction. And if a person
Yeah.
has a negative energy, it will get inside you, it will get inside your field. So be very cautious about who you are inviting into your energy center.
Yeah, makes sense. Totally. So yeah. So being reckless might cause him the fall of his emotions.
Yes, you should know the person you sleep with. I did a poll on, do you know the second name of all the person you have slept with, and I actually got a 60-40% response. So 40% of people didn't even know the second name of the person they said they have slept with.
Oh, okay. Okay. The next question is which type of condoms to use for what? Uh, Flavored, latex, non-latex, extra pleasure, etc. Uh,
Well, if you have an allergy, you may change a condom. You can go for, I don't know, they have these organic condoms also. I don't know,
what? I
vegan
don't
condoms,
know.
vegan condoms. Okay, so
What?
my I mean,
Oh
it's
my
really
god.
serious. Yeah, it's serious. So my I know someone salad. You can actually check Salad Company. They have Aruna. She is the founder, and she is coming up with vegan condoms. So
How can condoms be non-vegan?
it's natural. It's like, you
That's
know, she
just
has used some
gross.
natural material, so it's definitely skin friendly. So that's something.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I will take the screenshot. You can actually type salad. I will just share it
I
with her.
will. I will for sure. I will. I need to know about this. My mind is just blown right now. Okay. Uh. Okay. Yes. Okay. What is the one guy has asked you? What is the normal duration of sex? Like normally, like is there like a duration how long it should last?
No, I am not
Just
asking you to keep a stopwatch and like really say, okay, if I say 30 minutes, are you going to keep a stopwatch and you have to stop right at 30 minutes? You cannot go for 30 minutes, 1 second. Okay. No. That's not like
So
it's like, okay, it depends. Sometimes you have a mood, you want to stretch a little extra. Sometimes you feel like, I mean, it's flexible.
it's flexible. Okay, makes sense. Yeah. Let me see the next question. Someone has written vegan condoms for the win. Let's go. Okay. Um oh, someone has asked questions about sexting. What are your thoughts on sexting?
See, sexting is a good way. I mean, if you really want to keep it safe and you want to indulge in sexting, but sexting, if it involves sending nude images, please be careful. If the other person is asking like, okay, I want to see a nude, or insisting, rather
Hmm.
insisting to see a nude, that's a red flag. If you're not
Red
comfortable
flag.
sending a nude and the other person is saying, अच्छा इसमें क्या है, कौन सी बड़ी बात है, it's not a big deal, that's a red flag.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, if you want to send on your own, I'm saying that, okay, but just be careful that pictures, screenshots can be taken. Even if you delete them, screenshots can be taken and it can be there on the internet forever. So make sure if you want to take a picture, just don't, just keep your beautiful head aside, just crop your head and maybe put something, just use something that doesn't actually includes your face.
Hmm.
So it
Makes
remains
sense.
part anonymous.
Yeah. 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 Makes sense. You just need to be really cautious when you're doing it. Hmm.
Or
Yeah.
you really trust
Every.
the person. How you trust?
Hmm.
What is your definition of trust? When you start trusting the person, I mean, when you
Yeah.
actually, how you can trust the person. So one thing is that their words should match their action. This is something is a
Hmm.
big learning for me. Is do they follow up on their commitment? You know, do they mean what they say? Do they really mean what
Okay.
they say? Are there any mutual friends? Is the organization that person is working in, someone in that organization, to really go and understand his credentials, see some public pictures where they are seen, like it should not be something discreet. I tell you something, I was on a matrimonial app two
Yeah.
years back, and there was this person who reached out to me, and I said, okay, I want to I want to see your LinkedIn profile, and he said, I can't share it. Then I say, I can't entertain you then. I need to know your
So.
professional. You need to have, LinkedIn is something every professional should be there. If someone is
Yeah.
not on LinkedIn, that's a question mark. That's a
And I
question
think
mark.
LinkedIn is public. Why would someone hide it? That
So if
is
the
a red
person
flag. Yes.
doesn't have a LinkedIn profile, then it's a questionable that you can't. I mean, in this world, everyone is a professional. Even college students are on LinkedIn. They are doing
Yeah. Yeah.
internships. So it basically becomes a verifiable data bank. You can actually go on an activity and check that, okay, how,
Yeah.
what
Who
kind of
all they
post
are
that person is
connected with.
engaged in. Do your
Yeah. Yeah.
background research. Yeah.
Makes sense. Makes sense. We have another question: how to increase your sex stamina during sex?
I think that's not comes in the online dating. Let's keep it specific to
Okay.
online dating.
Okay. I can take up that question. I'll just say I think I've heard this uh term called edging. You can try that. Do you know about edging?
So we can take one last question and then, like, we can just close this for the day.
Okay, okay, okay. Wait. Okay, let me search a good one then. Okay.
You don't have any questions, so it's okay.
I do have questions, but I'm just trying to find a good one. Okay, someone has asked, about dating. How do you know when you have found the right person?
I think all
That
of
is,
that we discussed. I think we discussed a lot. Just see how now you can start filtering. See, it's like a funnel. Dating is a funnel. There is this, so many leads, and then you start. I told about three criterias. One
yeah.
is correct English grammar, and believe me, if you apply these criterias, you will be able to filter 98% of the people. That's something
Yeah.
I've actually researched. I've done a, like, I would say I was on a dating app, but throughout all my experiences, because I'm talking about Instagram also, I'm talking about Facebook also, through across all the channels, LinkedIn also. So apply these three criteria, you will be able to filter out 98% of people. Number one, that incorrect, English grammar. Number two,
Grammar,
any
any
sexual
language
interest,
grammar.
right at the first go. Number three, have they done their homework on you or not?
Okay. Okay, I think that concludes the whole session. Like that just sums it up. And do you think like the good side of online dating, just like few good things about online dating, like a story that you might have about online dating, something nice.
Story, I think I haven't got any online dating stories from people. I don't remember, but I think these hookup stories I got, I think that's something I shared. That
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Uh, my personally, I think yeah, I have a few friends, but like we are still pretty young. But I have a few friends who have found like really good people on apps like Bumble and online basically, and it has worked out pretty well. They are pretty healthy, and so it's not all bad, guys. I'm just talking to the audience. It's not all bad. Filter out, like use the tips that Pallavi ma'am gave, and filter out people, and you will find someone that is appropriate for you. Any
Okay.
last words,
Thank you.
Pallavi ma'am?
No, that's it.
Okay, okay, guys. Then please check out
Yeah.
her TED Talk, Elephant in the Bedroom, and uh, yeah, follow her profile. Okay, thank you so much for
Thank
being here.
you.